What's good, YouTube? Dom, Stay with Sports Cards here, back with another video. Hope you're all doing well. And it's fitting that this video is dropping on both a Sunday as well as St. Patrick's Day, because I am blessed as well as lucky. Not just for being able to acquire this amazing package that I can't wait to share with y'all, pun intended, but for being a small cog in this Cardmunity machine, this Cardmunity family. It's truly out of this world blessing, out of this world lucky. And I haven't had the hobby time as of late as I'd like to. Life has gotten away from me in a few senses, but in the hobby time that I have had, it's been great getting to interact with folks, texting and calling off of YouTube, interacting in live chats, commenting back and forth on videos, collabing in both live streams that I've hopped on as well as pre-recorded videos I've been asked to be on. All of you that join me Solo Shot Saturdays over on that podcast, I really appreciate y'all getting primed for baseball season. And I've spent time catching up on my never-ending list of watch later videos. So many great videos. It's impossible to watch them all right when they come out. But from watching those videos, I've not only seen a ton of great VRs that were going on that had super generous gifts, but the video responses so well done, highlighting and complimenting so many creators and channels, and as well as the people that are putting on the VRs, so much positive energy, so much brotherhood, as well as all the amazing random acts of kindness and care packages that have been sent around. It's something that I just want to remind y'all that we shouldn't take for granted, because this kind of brotherhood, this kind of family, this kind of connection isn't everywhere in the world. And whether I'm right in the thick of things or just watching my friends' videos, it's truly heartwarming. It truly gives me extra push to keep moving forward through the good and the bad. And it's really unreal that I get to be a small part of this every day. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't interact with some sort of YouTube Cardmunity member, whether it's content related or communication. And it truly means the world to me. I have a fantasy baseball draft with some YouTube guys in the league later tonight that I'm also looking forward to. But let me get into the care package. I know it's what you all came for. I just wanted to put those sentiments out there and thank y'all that have been with me from the beginning, to those that just subscribed in the last couple weeks, for joining me and making me feel welcomed, because it truly is unreal what we have here. So, as many of you know, my number one goal for the first half of 2024 was to get a Willie Mays autograph in my collection. And I've been looking since the end of last year at a lot of different options in my price range. Willie Mays autographs can get as expensive as you want them to, but they are not necessarily super cheap to begin with. And I wasn't even planning on getting mine until more like April, maybe May, just budget-wise. But this opportunity popped up, and I couldn't pass it up. So here is the one that I got. And if you recognize this, it's because it is on a vintage photograph. J Publishing photo. The person who submitted this to PSA DNA did not pay the extra money to get it dual certified, so it just says photograph on the top. But I knew as soon as I saw it that this was a signed Playing Days Willie Mays piece, which to me just made it a screaming deal for what it was listed for. And I sent the seller an offer, got accepted, and I was over the moon. I wasn't sure what year of J Publishing it was, because they don't do a great job at displaying that information. But through my research, the only thing I could find with this photo was that it's listed as the 1964 set B for the Giants, J Publishing, on Trading Card Database. If you know differently or know better, please leave a comment. I want to know as much as I can about this photo. It's a little tough with the J Publishing, but I could tell by the sizing, by the style, by the look that it was an authentic J Publishing photograph from Willie Mays' playing days, and that was enough for me to pull the trigger. The two things that I wanted when I set out on this journey to get a Willie Mays autograph were a beautiful, bold signature, and it's hard to get much better than that, in my opinion, and something depicting him in a Giants uniform. Sorry, Mookie Chilson, and all you Mets fans. He had a nice little stretch there with the Mets, but that's not how I like to remember Willie Mays, and I'm only going to have one Willie Mays autograph. I want it to be him depicted in his natural uniform. So I was able to accomplish both those goals, and the majority of the things I was looking at in this price range were on cards and prints from the 80s and 90s, cards, prints, photographs, and they were all beautiful. I had a few front runners, but the fact that for actually less money than some of those options, the same as a few as well, I was able to get an autograph on a vintage, oddball, if you will have it, item. It truly just spoke to me as the obvious choice for me to get in my collection. I now have 66 different Hall of Fame autographs during my road to 100. I don't know how many more I'm going to pick up this year. This was a big one, but I am truly blessed and lucky to own this, and I'm so excited to share this with y'all. So please let me know what y'all think of my Willie Mays autograph. If you know any information about the photo, please reach out, whether it's on YouTube or on Instagram, Statement Sports Cards. Love to talk to y'all about Willie Mays and about this photograph. Of course, he's not getting any younger. He's 92 years old, and in my humble opinion, is the greatest player to ever put on a baseball uniform, because he had all 5 tools. 12-time Gold Glove winner in center field, arguably the greatest defensive center fielder ever, which is right up there with catcher at the hardest defensive position to play. And it wasn't just his ability to cover ground in the outfield, but an amazing cannon arm. Everyone remembers his iconic catch in the '54 World Series over the shoulder, but the more impressive part of that play was him whipping around and throwing the ball to second base to hold the runner. He had a cannon for an arm. On top of that, he had a combination of speed and power that is extremely rare. He's one of 9 players in history with over 300 home runs and over 300 stolen bases. And he didn't just have 300 home runs. The man hit 660 career home runs, which is still top 10 all time. Was number 2 when he retired, I believe. Amazing player. Inner circle. Prices are never going to match Mickey Mantle's, even though I would take Willie Mays over Mickey Mantle 10 times out of 10. But the one thing I will say, and I've noticed it over the years, the one thing that seems to have a more lasting impact when a player passes away, it isn't the cards, it's the autographs. I don't think Willie Mays has really signed many autographs in his 90s, but the realization sinks into the general public when these guys pass away that there is now a finite amount of autographs that are authentic, that are out there, and I gotta own one. How do I not have a Willie Mays autograph and call myself a baseball fan? There's people that have that kind of thought process, and I wanted to get this done before he passes away. I hope he lives a long, healthy rest of his life. Through his Say Hey documentary, he looked like he was in good spirits for how old he is, but you just never know with the ebbs and flows of life how those kind of things are going to go. So I'm glad that I have that box secured and checked off in the collection. Willie Mays. It's making me a little shaky and a little crazy to think that I own this. Uh, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing my journey saving up to get this too. There won't be a ton of hobby pickups between now and the National as I try to budget my best to make that happen. Uh, but in the meantime, I hope you guys just don't take any of this stuff for granted, whether it be the pickups, whether it be the friendships, whether it be the connections that we have on this great platform. We have baseball this week in Korea on the 20th and 21st, and opening day is very, very close, coming up on the 29th. So a lot of exciting stuff going on. I absolutely over the moon that my first half of the year hobby goal is checked off in the first quarter, and extremely lucky and blessed to be part of this YouTube community.